Friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through one machine on the Vulnhub, which is 9VH. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. From my point of view, this machine is not so easy, which will involve several techniques. So I think the video will be taking a bit long time to finish. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. Okay, let's get started. I think this point I'd like to point out for you. Not like other machines, we need to modify the hypervisor like a VirtualBox to make sure a target machine is reachable by our Kali Linux or any attacking machine, because here the IP address is static IP address. So then we can switch into the Kali Linux VM. The first thing is to discover open port number with a map and also its service information. To save time, I've already done that earlier with a map. So for now, we just get out the result. Not this one. Let's go back. We can get out the map. As you can see over here, I used the options like SceneScan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then followed by the -p- to do the comprehensive scan or full range port scan. And the last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. ON means the normal format. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information, Apache 2. So I think the web server is Apache 2. Okay, so now we can move on. And also 443 port number is open, which is running SSL or HTTPS service. And we got the common name. If you want, you can put this domain name or host name into the hosts. But I think this machine, if we don't do this, I think this will not affect our pen testing. Okay. So how to do? Next, we need to do the enumeration against the HTTP service, both manually and automatically. I've already opened up this browser, and as you can see, this is the default page of the web server. And then next we can check source code, which doesn't reveal anything important. Next we can check whether this site has robots file. Press enter, not found. Next we can use Nicto. Nicto, we always need to use Nicto to do the web enumeration because it can give us a lot of important information like version information, the header information, also sometimes the exploits for this web software or web application. Of course, in this case, I don't think we can find anything like that. Okay? So I'd like to interrupt the Nicto. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And we can put the IP address of the target into the, and then let me autocomplete this command. And we got this one, info. We can access this info. Yeah, we got the result of the info function. Although we can get so rich information about the PHP, engine or PHP interpreter, but I think none of them can give us the entry point to this machine. All right, next we can find, or GoBuster has discovered department directory. We can access this directory. Yeah, we are prompted by this user login panel. And before we try that, we need to check its source code. Yeah, here, give us some comment. The My Circle is being installed. Please fix the login page. And maybe this is the possible username, right? So the possible usernames we can put in here. Now we go back. So next we can try to use weak credential like admin as password to log in, not found, or invalid password. And then we try to use the login bypass technique. Password, login. So invalid username. It means that there is vulnerability. This vulnerability can give us the hint or the information about the valid username. Because if we put the admin as username in this field and password, any password, as you can see here, we got the error invalid password. In other words, admin is valid username. And so we can, the login, the username, it should be admin. However, this point, we do not know the password yet. So maybe next we can use the SQL map to test whether this login page has SQL injection vulnerability, right? But before we do that, I'd like to, maybe I can quit the GoBuster. Anyway, it's almost done. So I think now I'd like to show you how to test the SQL injection vulnerability. For me, because this should be the post form, so maybe the easiest way is to turn on the proxy and then use Bubble Suite to intercept the request. And then we can save the request into the file. And then we can use SQL map to make testing. Okay? So now we can intercept. It's on the min. And the password, login. And we got the request, and then we can copy the request to file. We can save it to our working directory, for example, like this. And now we can pull up the terminal, use SQL map with option of R, Q, press enter to see whether the target has SQL injection vulnerability. However, I think that this target is not vulnerable to this vulnerability or SQL injection vulnerability. And because now we have already got to know the username, maybe we can use hydra or wfuzz2 to make brute forcing. Okay, so let me show you. We can it's all right. I think we have already got the request. So how to do? We can use hydra because at this point we have to know the username and the password. We can use the locku as word list to crack and use S option to specify the port number. Of course, this case, this is 80 is default port number. This is optional. We do not need to specify the S option in this case. And F, the option of -F means that if the hydra found find, the password or valid credentials, it will stop, will not continue this cracking. Okay, so we can put, maybe I can autocomplete this command. So this should be the login page, and then followed by the request header, request body or payload. And the last option would be the fault message. We can use F, and then the keywords for the error when we submit invalid password. Okay, like this one. We do not need to put the entire message into this command. So now we can press enter. In the meantime, we can manually emulate the HTTP service which is running on the SSL, right? So we can put HTTPS, press enter. We need to accept the risk and continue. So we can do the exploitation and emulation in parallel or at the same time to save the time of this video. Okay. Oh, sorry, I need to forward. Maybe I can turn off the intercept. And now we can press enter. And we just got the picture. We can save this picture to our working directory. And then we can use, yeah, we have already found very quick. We have already found the password, very stupid password for this application. So now I think we can log in, right? We can go back here at the admin and log in. So we are logged in, and this is under construction. Here we need to walk through the functions, home, and the nodes. So from here, I think the nodes files, from the pattern of this URL, we can guess that the target has local file inclusion vulnerability, right? Or LFI. So to test, we can turn on the intercept, and then we can refresh. As you can see, we got intercepted the request, and then we can send to repeater module. So next we need to manipulate. For example, can we access or retrieve the password file? First, like this one. Password sent. No note is elected. Note. As you know, of course, this is a note. All right, maybe we can move around to the root directory and then locate the password file. We can send. However, we get the same error. No note is selected. Also, sometimes we cannot retrieve the password file, so we need to check whether we can retrieve the log file, right? Log. However, we still get the same error. Also, if you want to check if we can access the access log of the Apache, I think we will get the same error. So I think now we can copy can copy, and the repeater we can put in here. We can send. Yeah, we can get. So this looks like this is the node, and we'll retrieve this node. So how to test? Always, if we put some file name, always give us the information no node is selected. So if, for example, if we remove the T at the end, we can send. We didn't get that error, right? We didn't get, although the nodes, these nodes, the content of this node is not retrieved. However, we didn't get the error no node is selected. So it means that at the server, or the server has some filtering or control to check whether this parameter or this argument has this one. Maybe we can remove another one. Send. We still didn't get the error like before, right? So I think it should be very important. We need to put this. Also, can we remove this one? Yeah, no error. Although the content of this file is not retrieved. So maybe we can try to use it this way. Make sure this string is in this URL. Okay, so now we can send. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the content of the password file. And there is one user. Of course, earlier we have already got to know this information. We can copy. And so this is not possible. This now is certain. Okay. So next we need to exploit this local file inclusion vulnerability. For example, if we can access the log file, not, and also Apache 2, access log, send, no. So how to do? Although we have already discovered the local file inclusion vulnerability, however, we cannot make successful exploitation. Of course, although you can make a brute force, no, because the target doesn't have the SSH service running. It means that we cannot make brute force against this user. This user. So how to do? Maybe we need to put this vulnerability aside and emulate another service. Okay. So now we have already know that is vulnerable to LFI. Okay. So now maybe I can turn off, and then we can go to this one. And also we cannot find anything with this picture. We can check its source code, nothing there. And also we need to check whether this site has robots file, not found. Then we can use Nikto. Press enter to see whether we can find some interesting information from the Nikto. All right, I don't think we can find anything else. I mean the interesting information from the Nicto. Next, we can use GoBuster, and we can use dir command. We can specify the URL, and then the word list as usual. GoBuster directory, and we can specify the extension option. Press enter. Yeah, we found this one, db, and we can access this directory, db. Oh, sorry, I think this is my error. If you do this machine, you will not be authenticated. We need to, use some way to pass the authentication or get authenticated. Okay. So here we got the version information. This is the PHP Lite admin. We can use the, maybe I can, we can use search sprite, and here the remote PHP. So maybe we can take a look at this exploit. Although this is not exploit code, this would be the instruction. So we can use the same command with M option, and we can cut out this file. So this is the POC. We need to create the DB, named this one. However, at this moment, we are not authenticated. We cannot create the database. So first of all, we need to put a false or crack the password for this login page, and we can inspect network. We can put like a password, login, and then we can crack. We can use the hydra. Of course, at this moment, just one field, the password only field, no username. So we can put anything for the username field. I'd like to autocomplete this command. Yeah, anything, any string, and also use locq as our word list to crack. Similarly, we can specify the F option when the hydra find the password, and it will stop, will not continue. And here, this should be the HTTPS, not HTTP, because the site is HTTPS, and followed by the login page and passwords. And here, okay, so incorrect password. If you want to get this information, you can go to the request, and you can copy this payload. Yeah, we found another one, secure nodes. So I think we can let it run to crack the password. In the meantime, we can access the directory discovered by the GoBuster. To save time, we can go to this site. Maybe we can open up another tab. Press enter. Here we got the picture, and then we can save this picture to our working directory, and then we can use like exif2. Nothing there. Then we can use strings. Wonderful. Even we can get the private key. So we can copy. So this should be the username, and this should be the private key. However, the problem is the SSH service is not accessible. Maybe can be only accessed locally. Anyway, we can create the private key. Press enter. We can change mode. I think useless because the SSH service is not running. Okay, so now we go back. Yeah, we found the password, so we can. So the password, the PHP Lite password. So now we can log in. No problem. We can put in here. Log in. No error. So I think because now we are successfully logged in to this application, PHP Lite admin, and then just now we have written that this CMS has the code execution vulnerability, and I'd like to print out. So we need to create the DB, and we can use this name, and this script will store the SQLite database in the same directory as this one. Now create a new table in this database and insert a text field with the default value. All right, and then we can run. So now we can create the database. Should be PHP, and now we can create, and then we can click. We need to create a table, for example, like a T1, only one field, and we can write one-liner of the web shell. PHP system get cmd, comma, and the type should be text, and we can, I need to make double check. We can copy and paste the one-liner of web shell. I think it should be correct, and we can create. Yeah, no error. However, the problem next is how to access this file or this database. Maybe so in the root directory. Of course, if we click, maybe I can close down this one. Click can give us the absolute path of this database or this file. So how to access? Maybe we can the hack tmp hack cmd ls not found. So I think now we face the difficulty how to locate this file, how to access this file. Do you remember? Earlier we have already found the target which is running on the default port number has LFI. So maybe we can access this file through this LFI vulnerability. So let me show you. So maybe we can, this one, we can click, maybe I can turn on and click. We can send to repeater module. So next we can try to, yeah, as we know, we can remove these files. And then nodes. So maybe we can access TMP. And so the absolute path PHP, and we can cmd ls send not found. Interesting. Not found. Not found. Oh, found. So maybe there's some cache, right? So maybe I can the sortings. We can enable the require non-cached response. Okay, so now we can close up and we can send to repeater. And access this web shell file hack php, and we need to pass the parameter cmd ls sent. However, maybe I need to turn off, and then we need to access again. So the password should be this one. We can log in admin and log in nodes, and we can turn on the intercept. We can intercept the request, send to the repeater module, and then we can remove the files. var tmp hack php cmd ls. Press enter. Yeah, this time no 302. I think it's running, right? The ls cmd the text. So we can try to run who am I send. However, there's some error. Although this interesting. The text get cmd the run. Maybe I can turn off. I can use this browser to test. ls, but who am I? It looks like it's working, but we fail to retrieve the result of the command. Interesting. So why it's not working? cmd. So my command is correct or not? System. Oh, sorry, maybe this one. I think this is the reason. Sorry about. I think this is a mistake. Sorry. Now we can create another database. PGP create. And now we can go to this new database, T2, and one field, and we can copy here the text, create, no error, and now we can, so I know the error, shell, press enter. Yeah, as you can see now, we can execute the command without a problem. So next, our objective is to get the reverse shell, right? So how to do? And you can go to the Pentest website to test all of them. But I don't think like this one cannot work, and also this one cannot work, this one cannot work. For me, I think the most or the simplest command is use the Python. We can copy. I think we can copy this command and we can paste in our notebook. Reverse shell command. Of course, we need to change the IP address to our Kali Linux. We should be very, very careful. 555. And now, of course, next we need to check the version of the Python, right? Python 2 is not there. Python 3 is there. So we can run this one. We can copy the entire command. Make sure the command is configured properly. Now we can paste in here. And we need to set up the listener. All right, so now we can press enter. It's working. And then we can spawn the bash session. And now we can go to the home directory, go to the Lois SSH, keys, oh no. All right, I think we can navigate to temp directory. Next, I'd like to, spawn the meta session. We can use the MSSF Vulnhub, and I think it's correct. So now we can press enter. After we create the payload, and then we can upload this payload to the target. And to upload, we can set up the web server on the, oh, it's running. It's running? Yeah, it's running. So now we can use wget to upload the ELF, and we need to make it executable. And then we can, of course, we need to set up the handler first on the Kali Linux. And we can copy. No need. Okay, we can use exploit multi-handler. And we can set the payload to Linux x64. Of course, we know the architecture, right? Yeah, x64 and the meta per letter reverse TCP, and we need to set localhost to our Kali Linux. Set local port number to 6666, right? And then we can run. And then we can execute this payload. And then we can get the meta-print session. We can background to this session, and then we can search suggester. We can use this module, and then we can show options, set the session number to 1, and then we can run. Now it's running check for the discovered exploits to see whether they are workable or not. So the first one, the target appears to be vulnerable. And the next one, yeah, the target is vulnerable. Of course, next, I think we can use this module to elevate a privilege. It's almost done. Then we can continue. Okay, we can use followed by the module, and then we need to show options. We need to set localhost to our Kali Linux, set local port number to 88, or any unoccupied or any available port number on the Kali Linux. Set the session number to 1, and then we can run. It should be working because just now the local exploit suggester has already made the check and tell us this exploit is workable. Okay, meta-print session 2 opened. Then we can run get UID to confirm. Yeah, root. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.